It's been a while. Welcome and say hi to me. Yes, I want to give you some mind-blowing tips regarding travel, regarding international, and I'm sure we're gonna enjoy. So when you come in, kindly say hi to your teacher. Your teacher, years of many years working in the airport. He has a lot of experience in airport operations. So welcome and say hi to me as we start the video. Yes, hakuna matata, hakuna matata. When you come in, kindly say hi to me and like the video, my dear. Elizabeth, how are you? Oh, thank you, dear. My sister in Christ, welcome, my first viewer. Yes, I'm doing like I'll do like not a very long one because I'm going to Truth Live. I shall be on Truth Live. I shall be the guest in Truth TV. So welcome. I decided to do a video because it's been long since I did my live. So welcome kindly and say hi. Elizabeth, thank you. How was your Sunday? Did you go to church, Elizabeth? Or you stayed at home? Yeah, thank you so much, Elizabeth. May the Lord bless you. Yes, let me continue waiting for the other visitors so that I can start my video, my powerful video regarding travel. Oh, that's nice. It's good to go to church. It is good. It is good to go to church. It is biblical, by the way. It is very biblical to go to church because Jesus, God started the church. So it is biblical as long as you have a genuine church. So today we are going to talk about travel tips. I shall continue with my topics regarding travel tips so that we can have successful flights and we shall enjoy the flights. So as you come in, thumbs up kindly and subscribe if you haven't. I am your travel expert, having worked in the aviation industry or in airport operations for many years to date. Yes, I'm going to give you very nice travel tips so that your flight can be easy and you can enjoy the flight even if it is a long flight. Some flights are very long, by the way, and one is to be very prepared and enjoy everything because it can be very frustrating if you do not enjoy your flight because some of them are very long flights. Wonders of One World. Hi dear, how are you? Thank you so much. May the Lord bless you, Wonders of One World. Like the video kindly. Thank you so much. May the Lord bless you. How was your Sunday, Wonders of our One World? How was your Sunday? Have a blessed Sunday as we do a very nice video regarding travel tips. I'm continuing with that topic and I shall continue with it for some few days so that we can know what to do, what not to do, what to carry in the airport, what to do in the airplane when we board. And I'm sure we are all going to have a successful flight, enjoy the flight, yes, and not be stressed. We cannot allow ourselves to be stressed during our flights because some of the flights are very long. Yes. So welcome kindly and say hi and like the video. As I continue welcoming my VVIPs, my very, very, very important persons, because you are all my VVIPs, not VVIP, but VVVIP. Yeah. So today we are going to discuss about some of the important issues though they may not look important, but they are very important, because sometimes they can have dire consequences if they are not followed, and they are very important. For I'm talking out of experience. Yes, even when you are booking the flight, it is good to know what time is the best to book the flight. Remember, we normally have many flights that are originating from that destination. If you are flying from India, you are flying from Doha, you are flying from Dubai, you are flying from China, we normally have many flights departing from that destination to your destination. So it is always good to know, to have some tips on what to do so that you can have the best flight, cheap fares, and how you are supposed to conduct yourself in the airport and even in the airplane after you have boarded. Because all these things are important. Yes. So there's something I have seen people, I've seen something with the passengers, and it happens even to the frequent flyers. You know, we have got first-time flyers and frequent flyers. Frequent flyers are those who normally fly on flights many times. They are those who normally travel internationally by air many times. They are used to traveling. They travel to Asia, they travel to Africa, they travel to America or wherever. But we have got people who are called the first-time flyers. And the first-time flyers are normally very naive. And most of the time, they do not normally know the rules and regulations in the airport. But even for the frequent flyers, I have seen them making some mistakes that can lead them to delay. They can lead them to be offloaded and such things. So there is something that we call departure time. And the departure time is normally in your ticket or in your boarding pass. Because remember, you could buy a ticket with a particular departure time, but sometimes flights normally delay. A flight can delay due to various reasons. As I said earlier in my previous videos, some of the reasons that flights can delay is because of late arrival of the flight that you have booked. Late arrival. And why do they arrive late? Because maybe of operational issues or maybe of technical issues. So those are some of the reasons why flight delay. So if you have booked a flight from, maybe you are coming from Doha, going to another destination like the US, the flight can be delayed to come to Doha because maybe coming from Kenya or wherever, there was a technical problem or operational problem. So even if your ticket is reading, the ticket could be reading that your departure time is 11 o'clock. But because of the delay, because flights normally delay because of the various reasons that I have told you, maybe operational or even technical, so your ticket could be reading 20, maybe the flight is departing at 11, but the real time in the system could be later than that because of the delay. So you are going to check the actual departure time in the boarding pass, and the boarding pass is what you normally get at the check-in when you check in. So when you see the boarding time in your boarding pass, that is the actual departure time. And now you are going to work out on that. There are some people who normally go to the boarding gate, to the boarding area, not the boarding gate, the boarding area, the international transit area, and they have their departure time. They know their flight is departing on maybe at 2300 hours. And they normally turn up at the boarding gate very late, and they say they did not hear the announcement. Because remember, in the airport, we normally have announcements in the loudspeakers. But in the boarding pass, the departure time is clearly indicated that the departure time of their flight is at 2300 hours. Yes, 2300 hours. But they turn up at the gate very late, claiming that they never had the announcement. Remember that one. If you are late because you did not go to the boarding gate early, and the boarding pass indicates that your departure time was a particular time, that one will be upon you. For changing the flight, for anything, that will be upon you because you have the boarding time clearly indicated or the departure time clearly indicated in the boarding pass. Because that is what talks the truth. The boarding pass says you are departing. Yes, grow with Mimi. How are you, my dear? Thank you so much. Welcome to my live. Oh, thank you so much, dear. How are you going on? I was very sad to hear about you, whatever you said in YouTube, but I know you are not going to quit. We are not the ones that quit, oh. We cannot quit, oh. We are more than conquerors. Thank you so much. Do not try to do that. Yes, keep pushing because you are a great content creator, by the way. You are very great. It's only that people who are very great, there's normally a lot of warfare, by the way. Even when Jesus was in this earth, because he was a destiny carrier, he was fought a lot by the devil. So grow with me. Do not quit, my dear. We can never quit. And remember, we are more than conquerors. So you are not going to quit. We are going to keep backing you up because you are more than a conqueror. Yes, it does not matter how whatever the delay. Some delay are godly, by the way. Yeah, some delays are normally godly. Though some are demonic, some are normally godly. Because sometimes, if we go ahead of God, it can be dangerous to us. So sometimes, you have to understand whether your delay is godly or satanic. If it is a satanic delay, you have to pray against it. But if it is God who is delaying you with a purpose, so that he can walk with you, do not worry, my dear. But do never lose hope. We are together to the end, to the bitter end. And I know things are going to work out. So thank you so much, my sister. May the Lord bless you. Yes. Today I'm talking about the important tips regarding traveling, because that is my niche. Remember, I told you I have worked in the airport for 20 plus years to date. Yes, in the airport industry, by the way. And I'm a trainer also. So I'm a travel expert regarding travel documents, regarding travel tips in the airplane. Because there are some people, even frequent flyers, who do not normally know how to conduct themselves in the plane. They come to the airport, they go through security. Yeah, thank you so much, Grow with the Mimis. Thank you so much. You cannot quit. We are not quitters, by the way. We are conquerors. We have to conquer even that delay. Yes. But sometimes, remember, some delays can be godly. Not all delays are satanic. Yes. There are some people who normally rush to their destiny. They force themselves to their destiny, and then they get into trouble. There are even some people who get rich before they are mature, and they get into trouble, by the way. You get very rich when you are very young, and then it becomes a problem to you. But when you go pace by pace, working together with God, it is normally very powerful. So, Mimi, we are together with you to the not to the bitter end, to the best end. Yes, because I know things are going to work out, my dear. You are a great content creator. Continue creating, and before even you do the creation, always put it to God in prayer. As long as your content is authentic, do never worry, my dear. You are going to go heights in the name of Jesus. Yes. So, when you come to the airport, you normally have the departure time in the boarding pass, very well indicated. And remember, boarding in the air at the boarding gate, not at check-in. Today I'm not going to talk about the check-in, because already you have come to the airport, you have checked in, you have been given your boarding pass. If you are going to one destination, one boarding pass. If you are going to several destinations, you are going to get all the boarding passes, but not all the time. So you have to be at the boarding gate 1 hour before departure. Remember, I said about being in the airport, it is 3 hours before departure for international flights. But at the boarding gate, after you have checked in, yeah, thank you so much, Eliza. Yeah, you know I'm a teacher also by profession in my place of work. I'm a teacher, I'm a trainer, by the way, and also I'm a called evangelist by God, by the way. I'm an evangelist by call, not by anyone, by God's calling, by the way. So that's why you see when I teach, I also put some words of God, because we have to walk, even in our work, in our endeavors, in our travels, God is supreme. There's no you can travel without God. Everything that you do, whether it is YouTube, whether it is your business, whether it is your kibadaski, God first. Otherwise, you cannot make it. Yes. So your teacher teaches authenticity regarding travel documents, and she teaches about authenticity in life, being authentic and genuine, and and trusting in God all the time. It is very hot, that's why you are seeing me opening the video all the time. So, when when you have the boarding pass, when you get your boarding pass, the time of, and by the way, even the check-in agents, they normally insist on the departure time. The check-in agents, other than giving you the boarding pass, indicated the time of departure and everything, your seat number, the boarding pass normally have your flight number, it normally have your seat number, it normally have your the sequence and the group that you are in. Because remember, we have group 0, those who are, some not all the flights, some flights have group 0, group 1, group 2, group 3. So group 0 and group 1 are those passengers that are in business class or first class. Yeah, mostly if you are a gold card holder, maybe you are emerald, depending on the flight. So if you see group 0, you see group 1 and 2. Remember, those are people who normally sit at the front, maybe in business class, maybe in a first class, for the flights that normally have first class, because different flights normally have different cabins. Not all flights have got first class. There are some that have first class, business class, what else? First class, business, premium economy, and economy. But there are some that only have business class, premium economy, and economy. Some have got only the economy. So flights are different depending on your preference and depending on your pocket. Yeah. So when you have the boarding pass, kindly check the time, and if you are not sure of anything, ask the customer service agent or the airport workers. They can give you very good guidelines so that you can be on time at the boarding gate before you are late. That is very good to note. You're not supposed to do. There are some people who normally carry water in a flask. You carry water in a flask. Remember, you cannot carry water in your personal flask, but you can carry in a duty-free bottle. You cannot carry water in your personal flask. But if you have got a small baby, you can carry for water with a flask so that you can prepare their meal in the airplane, and that one you can explain. And then everyone can see that you have a small baby. So if you have got a small baby and maybe you are carrying powdered milk, you can carry water in a flask, but explain it to the airport workers so that you can have an easy time. Because there are some people who normally carry a lot of water in a very big bottle, maybe in your personal bottle or a flask. Remember, that one is not allowed. But if you have carried it, do not pour. You can drink it before you go through the boarding gate. Yeah, do not pour your water. Drink it before you go to the boarding gate. You can when you are sitting outside, you can take your water, you can take your juice, you can take your milk, but drinks that are bought at the duty-free shop can be carried to the airplane. If you buy within the duty-free shop in the international transit area in the airport. But if you buy from the supermarket, from your place, maybe from your shop, maybe from town, that one you cannot enter with it to the airplane. So Elizabeth, the difference between first class and second class. First class is near the car where the pilot sits. That one is normally very classic. We normally have an experience of both. I have traveled in business class and I've ever traveled in economy. So I have an experience of both. When you are traveling in business class, Elizabeth, they normally have very spacious seats, whereby you can even turn them to a bed and sleep the whole flight. Very, very spacious. Because now that one is near the pilot. That is in the front. Remember, even the food that they are served is different. For example, because I traveled in economy and I traveled in business class, you are normally brought a menu depending on the flight. Remember, Elizabeth, the flights are different. Flights, they are, okay, for example, I don't want to mention any flight, but flights are normally different. I don't want to give an example because I'm not campaigning for any flights. But flights are normally different. But majorly, flights to Europe, maybe to the US, the business classes are normally very, for flights, by the way. Even if that's go to Dubai and wherever, the first class is the best. It's like you are in mid-heaven. Remember, when they come to serve you the food, it's normally a menu that you choose for yourself. You know, normally given a menu, whatever you want to take. So it is normally different and very, very spacious. Yeah, the seats are normally very big. You can even bed them. There's a way you can adjust them and sleep. They are normally spacious, and you are normally few in that cabin. So for the first class, it is the best. Then we have got business class. Some carriers do not have first class, but they have business class. Business class is also very nice, very big seats, very spacious, not like the economy seats. So if you have your money, you can buy your ticket in first class, very, very expensive. Business class is very expensive also. There are some flights by they have worked for. They have got first. They pay more. They pay a lot. Not even more, Elizabeth. You pay a lot. That one you have to part with a lot of money. For first class, it is very, very, very expensive. That's why I said 3 varies. But for business class, it is very, very. So that one you have to pay a lot of money because you have got a lot of privileges when you are traveling on first class or business class. Then some flights, for example, the ones that I work for, they have got premium economy. Premium economy is after business class. It is not economy. It is cited between economy and club. That one is also better. The space, it is normally spacious than the economy class. But now when you come to economy, my dear, it is the seats are normally like that of a bus. If you have ever gone to Mombasa by bus, Elizabeth, that is how economy class seats are. Some of them could be, for example, there are some airplanes, depending on the configuration, that have got 3 rows. So you have got 1 row at the end, another center row, and another row at the other end. You could be having maybe 1, 2 seats, or maybe 1, 2, 3 on that end. At the middle, you have got 1, 2, 3, 4 seats. And then the other end, you could be having 3 or 4, depending on the configuration of the airplane. I'm telling you, it is not that nice. That one, Elizabeth, it is normally very congested, by the way. Economy class is like when you are going to Mombasa. So just look at that, maybe Mombasa liner or anything. When you are seated on that seat, you are 3 of you in this row. We have a corridor and another 3, a corridor on this side, another maybe 3 rows. So it is normally very congested. So in economy class, you don't enjoy anything. It's normally like a bus. Yes, depending on the configuration of the airplane. But when you sit in business class or first class, because I traveled on business class, by the way, very, very spacious seats, very big seats, very spacious, very comfortable, and then they serve you differently. Kevin, how are you? Wow, asante Kevin. Thank you so much, my brother Mchugaji. Praise the Lord. Tell those at work to tune in to this teacher. Oh, yeah, thank you so much, Kevin. Like the video, my dear. And tell those that are at work at JKIA to watch their teacher as she teaches you about traveling. Thank you so much, Lukoe. May the Lord bless you so much and expand your horizons for following this teacher. So economy class is normally very different. It's not comfortable at all. And then for the food they are served, you are served, the food is normally packed in foils, and then they serve you cannot choose the food that you want if you are in economy, not unless maybe you booked for a special meal beforehand. I think you should do that 48 hours before your flight. Yeah, there's a way you can choose a meal because some people are vegetarian, they do not take meat. You can book your meal, a special meal, way before the departure, way before you come to the airport. I'm not very sure that it's 48 hours. 48 hours, that is 2 days. Yeah, you have to do it way before time. So, but if you have not done that, the meals in economy, you are served what is in the airplane. You cannot choose. Because remember, that is how it is. Yes. So that is it up to there. For the business class seats, and that's why I was saying, always book your seats on time. Yeah, tell them to come, Kevin, and to check in on this girl here. Yeah, this old girl. Yeah. Yes, I'm teaching about the tips regarding traveling, because I know there are people who normally travel, but they are not very conversant with what they are supposed to do or not to do in the airplane, in the airport, even during time when they are buying the ticket. I'll be giving the tips regarding the best tickets, when to book the best flights, because remember, different flights are charged differently, and you can even save 70,000 Kenya shillings by booking a better a ticket when you buy it in good time. It is very possible. So that is what I'll be teaching you, my followers, because I want us to save and save and save. So about the business class and the economy seats, not all flights have first class. Not all flights, but there are some that have first class. That is the best. Business class is also very classic, and that you have to dig deep into your pocket, because you have to pay a lot for it. And there is something I was talking about, carrying drinks in your personal bottles. You are not allowed to carry drinks in your personal bottle. You can only carry drinks that you buy from the duty-free shops in the international transit area. That one you can carry water, the Kerry Get water, Aqua Mist, you can buy Coca-Cola, you can buy any drinks at the international transit area, and those you can enter with in the airplane. Yes, those ones are allowed. But remember, different airports behave differently, so it is also very good to know about the airport that you are departing from. From Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, by the way, you can carry drinks that are bought within the international transit area. You can also buy liquor from the duty-free shops. There are people who normally buy liquor, but there are conditions of carriage. If you buy liquor, maybe a marula, maybe whatever, you can carry them in a clear polythene bag, sealed. They should be in a clear plastic bag. They should be sealed, and the receipt should be inside. Those are some of the tips. But if you have got baby drink, maybe you have a baby drink in your flask, you have got baby drink in maybe your personal bottle, you can carry them. You can carry them through the security controls, but explain. Sometimes they can require or request you to taste that milk. Maybe you are carrying baby's milk. They can request you to taste the milk for security purposes. Do not hesitate. Just taste the milk so that you can have an easy time and you can go through without any problems. Because some people normally feel bad when they are told, if you are carrying some baby food or some baby milk, kindly taste it so that we might confirm that it is really baby milk. So please, when they tell you to taste that milk, taste the milk so that you can have an easy time with the security people, with the customer service people, and it will work well with you. Another tip that I want to talk about is about booking the flight. Remember, when you are traveling from a particular airport, whether in Africa, whether in Asia, whether in the US or in Europe, there are many flights that are normally departing from that destination to where you are going. So even before you rush to book a flight, you can go online to Google and check the flight, the different flights that depart from that destination, going to where you are going, and check the best rates. You can check the best rates. There are so many flights. For example, we could be having a flight going to, let me say, for example, to the US, maybe from China or from Doha or from wherever. We have another flight also from that destination going to the US, the same destination. You can compare and contrast the charges, the ticket charges, so that you can save. And remember, when you buy a ticket way before, when you buy a ticket 1 month earlier, those tickets are normally very cheap. But remember, there are so many rules that govern the ticket issues. There are some tickets that when you buy them, if you miss to travel, they are not refundable. So you have to be very careful on what type of ticket that you buy. That one is very good information to know, because some people normally cry, they bought a ticket, and during their travel or something happened and they did not make it. Mostly you are delayed. Mostly you delayed yourself. And when you delayed yourself, you came to the airport and then you found that ticket was not refundable. So always ensure that you know the rules and the regulations of every ticket, of every airline before you book a ticket. But even if you book a ticket and there is an emergency, you can always negotiate with the airline managers, because emergencies normally happen. You could be traveling even at night, and during your travel, you receive a call that something, maybe a family emergency have occurred and you cannot travel. Always ensure that you request to talk to the airline manager. Remember, the airline manager can give you better better advice than the junior staff. Supervisors can also give you a better advice than the junior staff. So always insist on seeing the supervisor or the airline manager. That is even the best. The airline representative or the manager in this case. So that they can sort you out. Because remember, no one plans for emergencies. Yes, that is about the tips regarding the international transit. Something else I'm going to talk about, because today I'm talking randomly regarding airport, regarding check-in, regarding in the airplane. Today I'm going to mix up the airplane, the airport, and and even at the check-in. There's something I can talk about in the airplane, because I've ever traveled. When you are traveling with a passenger or passengers in the same seats, because remember, we normally have some airplanes with 4 seats, others you can see 4 seats, corridor, 3 seats, corridor, 4 seats, like that. So it's always good to create a good rapport. It's good to create a good rapport because remember, the journey could be so long. There are some journeys that could be very long. Some are 7 hours. For example, from Nairobi to Europe is maybe to Brussels, or maybe to Germany is like 7 hours or more. Maybe from Nairobi to London could be 7.5 hours, depending on the flight, because remember, sometimes you normally have turbulence. And but mostly, let's say from 8 hours or thereabout. It is good to create rapport with the other passengers so that you can have an easy time. Imagine you are sitting on the window and maybe you want to go and use the washroom. You are sitting on the window seat, and there are other 2 people. There's the one at the middle and the other passenger at the aisle. And you have always to talk to them, to tell them to excuse you to go to the washroom. So it is always good to create a good rapport. You can just say hi to them, even if you don't want to have very long discussions. Just be kind to them, so that when you want to have, maybe you want to go out, maybe to use the washroom, or maybe to stretch your feet, you can always excuse yourself easily than keeping quiet to one another, and you are not having a good rapport. The other thing I can say, do never trust the passenger who sits next to you. Yes, I am saying this out of experience, having worked in the aviation industry for many years. Never trust even the person who is sitting next to you, because some people are normally very careless, thinking that in the airport we only have pastors and good people who are traveling. I told you, anyone can travel as long as they can afford the flight ticket, as long as they have the visas for destinations, as long as they have travel documents for that destination, they can travel. And you cannot tell whether this is a good person by looking at their face, or it is a bad person. So when you are traveling, ensure that you take care of your items, more so your passport. Because I've seen people losing their passports. You left your passport in the seat pocket in front of you, and then when you are disembarking or when you are coming out of the airplane, you forget your passport. And you never know who is seated next to you. Passports have been stolen in airports. They are not only the good people that travel. So with your laptops, with your money, with your passports, with your other travel documents, or anything that is valuable to you, do not just keep them anyhow in the pocket in front of you. Put them in yourself. Keep them handy, because you never know. And always ensure that whoever is sitting next to you, it's always good to know your neighbor, by the way. Look at their face, know who is that neighbor. So even in tracking with Deb, hi. Thank you so much for checking in. Welcome to my live stream. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much checking with Deb and Mike. May the Lord bless you for checking in. Yes. I'm doing some travel tips regarding the airport and the airplane. Yeah, thank you so much, my dear. Thank you for connecting. This is very authentic. Connecting to one another is very authentic, because we can never grow alone, by the way. And I always talk about authentic connection. I'm doing very well trekking with the Deb. Today I am off duty, by the way, because I work in the airport. I'm off duty today and tomorrow. So I sat down and decided to do a live, because it is also good to do a live video. You know, when you want to get to watch hours, live videos are not bad trekking. It is good to do the live videos so that we can grow and grow, so that many people can get this information. Yeah. Today I'm off duty and tomorrow I have got 2 days off. So today I'm resting. Yes. Yeah, from the noises in the airport, the aircraft engines and all that. So today I was talking about the tips regarding traveling, trekking with Deb. I do not know whether you normally travel by air or you are planning to travel, but it is good to know some things, because some people ignore some very, very important things. There are some people, when they enter in the airplane, they sleep, and which is very okay, by the way. But even if you are sleeping, remember to take care of your items. Your important items. For example, your passports, your travel documents, your driver license, your driver's licenses. You always, because they have gone through security, they are people. When you sit with someone, it is good to look at their face. We all have to have a security mind, by the way. Look at their face. For example, if you are sitting with the 4 people, ensure that you know all those 4 people by their faces. Even if you cannot know them by their names, know their faces. So if anything happens, it can be easy for you to identify that I was sitting with this passenger. And always take care of your items. Keep them handy, because you never know. I've seen people losing passports in the airport. You forget your passport in the seat. When you go back for the when security start looking for that passport, they don't get it. So always take care of your passport, take care of your mobile phone, take care of your cash, travel documents, and every other thing that you value, because you never know who is your neighbor. That is one thing. And I said that before you board the airplane, by the way, I had talked about international arrivals, I talked about international departures, but I can also talk about when you are boarding the airplane, because I told you when you are arriving in an airport, after arriving, I told you I did a video regarding that. Now I'm talking about when you are going to board the airplane. You have checked in, you have gone through security, you went through immigration, now you are at the boarding gate. I always prefer that you board last. Do not always rush to board first, but anyway, there's an advantage. So, board the airplane, my dear, and that is why I normally talk about coming early at the boarding gate. Same as coming early in the airport, even after checking in, going upstairs to the boarding gate, always ensure that you're on time. But before you board the airplane, because you normally have some video period of time, kindly use the washroom. And why am I saying this again? When it comes to boarding, remember when you board the airplane, you cannot use the washroom until the flight is airborne. Remember that. You have to sit down, because the pilot cannot take off before you buckle your belt. And there is no you can buckle your belt in the washroom. So before takeoff, you cannot use the washroom. And if you attempt to do that, you always have a cabin crew telling you to go back to your seat. People normally rush to the airplane, and then you want to use the washroom. Remember, we have got so many passengers who are getting in. They want to put their bags or the overhead lockers. We normally have a beehive of activities when you enter the airplane. So, my dear one, always use the washroom before you board. Because when you get inside, you need to put your bag in the overhead locker, get seated, buckle your belt, so that but if in case of anything extreme, because it can be extreme and you must use the washroom, remember the pilot cannot take off. That one will amount to some maybe a few minutes delay, because the pilot can take off. So that one is a key thing that you need to know, that it is good to use the washroom before you board. And that is why I encourage people to be punctual. Punctuality is always in my tongue, because I work for the aviation industry. I work in the airport. In the airport, there is nothing like delays. You can never be late, my dear. You have to be on time. And I prefer you be before time. You should be before time. No one can tell you not to be on time. Be on time, my dear. Come for the be there 3 hours before departure time. Sort out things that are supposed to be sorted out in good time, and you are going to have a very easy flight. I normally see some people coming very sweaty because they almost missed their flight. You see someone is very, very sweaty. They have run from the other end to the other end because they missed the flight by a whisk, maybe by 1 minute. I normally wonder, when they enter that airplane, how will their journey be? You have run a lot because you have wasted a lot of time with your relatives outside. You took a lot of time in the cafeteria, and now you are coming running very fast so that you cannot miss your flight. Just imagine you have maybe a flight of 8 hours ahead of you, and you are so panicky, you are sweaty, you are not even settled, you are confused. Please, to avoid all that confusion, all that panicky, all that being panicky, all that getting sweaty and confused, always everything checked. Go up there at the boarding lounges, because I saw in Europe about airports are not the same. There is a time I went to Europe, and in Kenya they normally make announcements all the time. They even look for the passengers. They are that lenient. They can look for you. They announce for your name in the hotels. They are normally cafeterias, duty-free shops. They can even come running looking for you in Kenya. But in Europe, there was nothing like that. I was very shocked. I was like, how? I checked in and then went upstairs to the boarding gate, and then I just saw people entering the airplane. They were not announcing because they know you have a boarding pass that have got the time of departure and the gate. So that time, because when we were coming back, I was in business class. We went to the business class lounge and started, but in the business lounge, they just came and said, come out. But I found out that people are just going into the airplane. Thank you, Velma. How are you, dear? Welcome. Thank you so much. Yeah, we are continuing with the topic regarding traveling, because we are going to travel internationally, locally, and anyhowly. And everywhere, I'm sorry, not anyhowly. So, even in Turkey, by the way, Turkey, they don't announce. In Turkey, my dear, they don't announce. Yes. And remember, you could even be having a language barriers. So please, let your boarding pass guide you all the time. Know the boarding gate, know the departure time, because departure times are normally governed by IATA. You know we have got an international body called IATA, International Air Transport Association. That is what governs our airlines, by the way. It governs all the airlines. So, for international departure, the rules are the same. You have to be in the airport 3 hours before departure. For local departures, it is 2 hours. That is governed by IATA. But when you check in downstairs, check the departure time in your boarding pass and the gate. But not all the time, the gate is put in the... Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm back. I'm back to work, by the way. Today I'm off duty. I'm back to work. I came from home. Next time I shall take a very long video regarding my home. I shall show you even Sagana River. I'm going to, by there, I'll make a very long video. I show you the mountains, the hills, the rivers, the valleys. Very beautiful, the very beautiful, what is it called? Very beautiful, I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah. Beautiful sceneries. So, do not forget, not all airports are not the same, by the way. Like in Turkey, they don't announce. If you miss to know the gate and the boarding time, you cannot be boarded. So do not expect, because at Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, they announce for you. Yeah, thank you so much. They announce for you by your name. They go to look for you at the cafeteria. We have got the duty-free shops. They look for you everywhere. It does not happen that in Turkey. So please, be guided by the departure time in your boarding pass. If the boarding pass do not have a boarding gate, we normally have got large screens displaying all the flights. The gate, because maybe you check in maybe you are coming from Lagos, Nigeria, to be, and they cannot put the boarding gate. I don't know why it is reconnecting. Oh my dear, I am not going to go. I will not continue to a long whatever because it is disconnecting. I've connected with my. What's happening? So let me finish up by I was not stopping Velma. It is disconnected, by the way. It disconnected, so I had to put my my data because I don't know what's wrong with this Wi-Fi again. Yeah, let me just find up. Yeah, thank you so much, Velma. Yeah, it was loading. I don't know what happened with this Wi-Fi. It normally misbehaves. So what I was saying, when you have the boarding pass, it has got the time, and that one is a standard thing. It is governed by IATA. So if your departure time is 23, for example, 23:30. 23:30 is your departure time. You have to be at the boarding gate 1 hour before departure. At the boarding, not at check-in. Now you have checked in already because you came from home 3 hours before departure and then you checked. Truth, how are you? Thank you. How are you? Thank you so much. So I'm waiting up, but anyway, always be at the boarding gate. At the boarding gate now, we are going to board the airplane 1 hour before departure, because if you don't do that, you can miss your flight. Don't forget that. So do not forget that, my dear. You have to be 1 hour before departure, because I have seen people coming to the boarding gate at departure time, and they are very comfortable telling you, my flight is departing at 11:30, and they are at the boarding gate at 11:30. That one you cannot make it. You have to be at the boarding gate where you are going to board the aircraft 1 hour before departure. Already you have checked in, you have left your luggage downstairs. Now upstairs you come at 1 hour before departure. Otherwise you are not gonna make it. Yes, you have to be 1 hour before departure, because remember we have got document checks. You are needed to be checked your documents. Even if they were checked downstairs, finally at the boarding gate we normally check the documents again. We check whether you are still authentic. You go through customer service to be boarded into the airplane by the customer service agent inside the boarding gate. And then we have got a security control for flights to Europe especially. Flights to Europe, we normally do another security control to ensure that everything is right, and then hakuna matata. So please, never show up at the boarding gate during departure and tell the people there that your flight is departing at that time. Remember, before that time, the flight has to be handed to the pilot. Before the pilot gives a go ahead, gives a go ahead to the control tower, so that the tower can give the pilot whatever to fly. Remember, they are normally cleared by the pilot, the control tower, which is the pilot on ground. So do not come at departure time and then start telling people, I am departing at this time. That one you cannot enter that flight. Be at the gate 1 hour before departure, not unless there's a very serious thing and the airline knows that that thing is happening. Before 1 hour before departure, be at the gate, be checked, go through security and wait to go to the airplane. Otherwise, you cannot board at that time, my dear. And because I'm having trouble with this, my Wi-Fi, I'm using my bundle. I will not go on because I want to buy a bundle, because I'm going to be at Truth Live 1995. By the way, join me there. I shall be live in the Truth 1995 TV after this. So I'm not gonna go on because I want also to breathe, and then we can start again. I decided to do this video because I'm off duty today and I've stayed for a long time without interacting with you, my dear ones. And I will normally want Elizabeth to have a nice flight, and it's a flight when she's going to visit Truth in Belgium, or going to the US, or going to China to buy products to come and sell. Yes. Because remember the procedures for traveling are very similar, because as I told you earlier, they are governed by IATA, International Air Traveling Association, International Air Transport Association. It is the standard is normally standard. If it is 3 hours before departure for the international, it is that one for every, even in the US. Whether you are in New York, whether you are in Ontario, Canada, whether you are in wherever, it is 3 hours. So remember, those tips that I'm teaching you are international. Yes. Those tips are international for any airport. And in the airplane, remember, and when you come to the airport, by the way, there are some people who normally come with very, very heavy bags. And they think that the airport workers have got the mandate to carry their bags. Always carry bags that you can lift. And if you cannot lift the bags that you are carrying, request. Do not command. That is not your right. You cannot command anyone to lift your bag. Remember, you need to lift your bag to put on the weighing scale. So always carry a bag that you can lift. But if you cannot lift, always request. You can request the porters in the airport. The porters, those who are strong, they can lift for you the bag. Do not carry a very overweight bag. Think that it is your right to be helped. In the airplane, when you enter the airplane and you cannot reach the overhead locker, kindly request your neighbor or the cabin crew to assist you to put them in the overhead locker. That one you have to ask for help. Yes. And as I told you, you cannot enter the washroom during takeoff. So when you enter the airplane, you have to sit down after putting the bag in the overhead locker, and do not recline your seat. Just sit upright, buckle your belt, and wait for the captain to take off so that you can use the washroom. Because remember, during takeoff, everything you have to have your belt on, buckled well. You cannot be in the washroom or anything. And if it is a stream, they have to wait for you to whatever, so that the captain can take off. So during takeoff, during turbulence, you have to buckle your belt. And the sign for the belt is normally up above your seat. When you see the red sign about your belt, buckle. Put on your belt during turbulence. Because you normally have turbulence when we go up and up in the air. Yeah, turbulence. You hear you can feel the airplane shaking like this when there is turbulence. Yeah, because of the extreme weather. So in the airplane, know your neighbor. Be careful of your items. Because I've seen people losing their passports in the airport at arrival. Because you leave your passport in the airplane and you never know who is your neighbor. Do not trust anyone because you don't know that person. Not unless it is someone that you know, that you are traveling together. If it is a stranger, don't trust them with your items. Don't dump your items in the front pocket, and then you sleep blackout, and then when you wake up, your passport is not missing. You forget your passport in the seat. Keep them in your body. You can even put them inside your body. You can put them inside the body. By the way, your passport, your cash, and any other important items, let them be in you. Don't put them in the pocket in front of you. If you are allergic to anything, there are people who normally have allergies, mostly protein allergies, maybe peanuts. Always ensure you advise the airport workers, not the airport workers, the airline workers. If you are traveling on a particular flight, talk to the workers of that flight that I am allergic to peanuts, I am allergic to proteins, I am allergic to whatever, so that you can be boarded fast. Remember, if you are allergic, it is good to go to body fast. You carry your wipes, you wipe the tables, because there could be nut traces in those. We have tables in the airplane where you can place your food, you can place your drinks, and sometimes there could be traces of peanuts, and maybe you have an allergy of peanuts. When you get in the airplane, and that's why I advise all the time, always carry your wipes. Do not depend on the wipes that are given by the airplane. Carry your wipes, because remember, you can carry wipes in the airplane. Let me see what's happening. So always carry your wipes so that you can wipe the tables where you are going to place your food or anything before other passengers board. So If you are suffering from any allergy, do not hesitate to tell the airline workers so that they can help you to board fast. You can get into the airplane, wipe the tables, wipe the what? The armrest, wipe the seat, so that you can have an easy time. Because there are people who are normally allergic. And then they say when it is too late, always say it at check-in that please I'm allergic, so that you can be taken care of early enough and you sit comfortably. There are even some people who are allergic to pets. Remember, there are some people who normally carry pets in the airplane. You can carry a small dog. You can. It's normally for emotional help or something. So, if there are people who are allergic to such things, always ensure that you say early enough that I cannot sit in the same airplane with a cat or maybe a dog or whatever. It is good to always say in advance if you have any allergies. So I think that is enough for today about the airport and the airplane and the way you are going to relate with the other passengers. I shall come up with more and more tips regarding the airport, regarding the airplane, inside the airplane, because there are some people who even enter the airplane and they are flooded. Yes, you can even enter. You have gone through security, you have gone through customer service, and in the airplane you are removed because of some things that I'll keep teaching. I taught some of them in the previous video, and I shall keep teaching on what you are not supposed to do, even to your fellow passengers. Yes, there are some do's and don'ts, and some are not taught. Some you are not going to be taught by anyone. But when you go and commit those offenses, you cannot fly. And remember, in extreme cases, you never travel on that flight. And we don't. So thank you so very much for watching. I do not take this for granted. If you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe. If you have not put the thumbs up, kindly put the thumbs up. And may the Lord bless you. Otherwise, bye. See you next time with more tips regarding traveling and other issues. Yes. And by the way, I have got a site. I'm not going to talk about it here. Given by someone genuine in Malta. I have got a site, by the way. Yes, thank you so much, Velma. May the Lord bless you so much. Even when you come for 2 minutes, my dear, that is good. That is good. I don't take that for granted. There's a site that I was given by my friend, by the way, and I shall come and do that video because it is a genuine site. I'm not an agent. I'll never be. But my friend who works in Malta gave me that site. Take me. Hear what I'm saying. Somebody from Malta gave me a site where you can apply for a job. I shall come and give you that procedure. I am not an agent, not planning to be one. She gave me that site, genuine one, by the way. You can go and I'll come and talk about it next time, or next time but one, so that you can go and check on that. If you think it is good for you, you can do whatever you are going to do, but I'm not an agent. I just give advice when I get tips. Even for the what? The one that I give you for the cruise ship. For the cruise ship, someone gave me that link. That one is a genuine link given by my friend. It is not from me. I'm not the agent or anything. It's just a link whereby you go and click. You check when there are availabilities because they are not available all the time. Pastor Ann, thank you so much. Wow. Wow, Mchugaji. May the Lord bless you. Yes. By the way, Truth and Velma and Elizabeth and who else is here? Whoever is here, we have got Pastor Ann, and she is very authentic, by the way. Her gospel is authentic, by the way, of the end times. Sorry so much. So, Pastor Ann, thank you so much for preaching the true gospel. That is what we need, by the way. We need to preach the true gospel of salvation. We don't need sarakasi. The true gospel of the cross, nothing else, by the way, because people have diverted from the truth, by the way. You know, I'm also an evangelist by call Pastor Ann. I've never told you, by the way. Yeah, I normally preach the gospel one-on-one. I don't have my own church. And Nick Woods, wow, thank you so much, darling. Happy Sunday. How are you? Thank you so much. Welcome. And may the Lord bless you so much for checking in on me. I was talking about international traveling and the tips regarding traveling, because that is my line of career for 20 years to date. And I'm a trainer, by the way. So I was talking about what you are not supposed to do in the airport, in the airplane, because those are very important tips. Because people normally travel locally and internationally. And that is what I deal with. But today I'm off duty. That's why I decided to teach. Yeah, Pastor Ann, by the way, I am. Thank you so much, Enik. Thank you so much, dear. Welcome, my dear. Pastor Ann, by the way, by call. So, I do not have my own church, but I go to church. I'm a pastor also, and I'm in the evangelist team in our church. So we normally preach one-on-one. I also have a YouTube channel for preaching, though it is not that big. I have a YouTube channel that I opened in 2020 when God called me, but it is not that big, but I normally preach the gospel, by the way. Yeah, of salvation, purity. Mine is about purity, the kingdom of heaven. Yeah, so Velma, go and connect to Pastor Ann. She is a great preacher. And why am I calling her great? Because she preaches the pure undiluted gospel. That is what I care about. She preaches the pure undiluted. Because when you dilute it for any reason, no, please, we don't do that. Yes, go and connect to her. Yeah, and Nick Woods kindly connect to Pastor Ann Neema, and Pastor Ann connect to Enrique. I know Velma does not have a YouTube channel. And by connecting, I mean, click the button and watch the videos. Watch. We have to connect authentically. Not just clicking and then you run. That's what I said. No. Genuine connection. Because we are genuine. I teach genuine tips regarding airport and teaches genuine tips regarding the kingdom of heaven. Yeah. Authentic gospel, because now we cannot do anything else. People don't want to hear Sarakasi Ann. People want to hear about salvation and the kingdom of heaven. When Jesus was on this earth, he never preached anything else. He was concerned about the kingdom of heaven and nothing else. So anything else that comes, that one, no, please, we cannot take that. So we have to preach the authentic gospel of salvation. That is even what Christ left to his disciples or to the apostles. Yeah, follow Enrique. And then you can tell her, yeah, you can just write a message that you have followed her like that. She's genuine. She's very genuine, by the way. Yeah, we should follow each other authentically. You support one another authentically so that we can keep growing. So thank you so much, Pastor Ann. I have thought about airport, because that is my line of career, by the way. Anything to do with visa requirements in UK, Europe, wherever, and also how you are supposed to conduct yourself in the airport, and also in the aircraft, because we have the airport and the airplane. Yeah, connect one another. Enik and Pastor Ann connect one another and support one another with watch time authentically, because that is how we are going to grow and grow. Yes, as long as we have got legit information that we are giving, we are going to go for heights. Yeah, we are more than conquerors. So thank you so much, Enik. I'm not gonna take too much time because I'm going to another live to my friend's channel called Truth 1995. I'm going to Truth 1995, by the way. So, but that one we speak vernacular language. We speak our mother tongue. Enik cannot understand that language anyway. So we are going to be starting at 11 to maybe 1 or something. So may the Lord bless you all for connecting. You can go back to my video and watch it, the whole of it, so that you can get important tips regarding international traveling. Yeah, thank you so much, dear ones. Connect authentically and support each other with love, because God is love. I always tell my people, you can never see God if you don't love. And who is to be hated? Only the devil. Never hate even your worst enemy. Because if you hate your enemy, you can never enter the kingdom of heaven. Never hate your enemy. Those who backstab you, love them with the love of Jesus. God will fight for you anyway. So thank you so much, my dear ones. I love you with the love of Jesus. And I shall keep teaching you regarding the airport out of experience. And this is what I do, by the way. This whatever I'm saying is not something I heard someone say. This is what I do day by day, even yesterday. I do that. That is what I do, airport. Jane Shea, hi. Wow. Thank you so much, dear. You can go and watch later, because I have taught about, it was just a continuation of what I've been teaching about the airport and thank you so much. About the airport and the airplane. Yes. And by the way, Jane Shea and Pastor Ann, because maybe you have got your relatives, maybe also yourself, I shall come up with the next in the next video I'm gonna do, there's my friend who works in Malta, and she gave me a site. Malta. Malta is in Europe, by the way, very near Spain. She works in Malta, and she told me that you can apply in that site free of charge. But there's a process. I'm gonna come and talk about that in another video, so that you can help your relatives, and you can try to apply, and you can, maybe God can open for you that door. Because I told you I'm not an agent. Never will I be one, because that is not my calling. My calling is to preach the gospel. And now here in my niche, it is about traveling and visa requirements, because that is my line of career. Yeah, thank you so much, Elizabeth. Do not forget to go to Pastor Ann Neema and do something. Yeah, thank you so much, Jane, my dear. May the Lord bless you. And by the way, whatever I said about meeting, we shall meet. We shall meet one day and have something. We shall take roasted chicken. Jane, do you live in Kenya? Where do you live? Because I know Eliza is somewhere. But you, Jane, I don't know. Yeah, thank you so much, Pastor Ann. Yes, may everyone who is here go to Pastor Ann Neema. She preaches the undiluted gospel. The undiluted. So, because nowadays we don't listen to diluted gospel. If you dilute it, we don't listen. Yes. Oh, so Jane, share one day we shall meet. We shall meet, my dear. I'm going to meet with this teacher. The teacher can even teach you one-on-one now, not in the in the channel. So may the Lord bless you, Jane, Pastor Ann, Elizabeth, Velma, and Nick Woods, and everyone else who have been supporting me. Thank you so much, and may the Lord bless you. And I'll never take anything for granted. Whenever you come and support me, I'll never take it for granted. May the Lord bless you. May He expand your horizons. May He bless your families and your whatevers. Oh, thank you so much, Elizabeth. So you follow Pastor Ann from Truth. That is so nice. May the Lord bless you so much. Keep following her and commenting in her channel. Thank you so much. I also followed her. I don't know from where, and she is authentic. She is genuine. So goodbye. Thank you so much, because I'm gonna go to Truth. I'm the guest there today. Come and listen to what we have today for you. We have got pilau for you. Yeah, thank you so much, Velma. Velma, you are also in the group. In the group of meeting, as long as you are near Kenya. And even if you're outside Kenya, by the way, you can come. We meet, We are not limited by the boundaries, the borders cannot, what do we call the boundaries? There are no boundaries, by the way. Yes. Pastor Ann, you see, even Truth knows that you are authentic. That's so nice, my dear. Keep preaching the gospel. Preach the gospel. Christ is coming soon, by the way. People should be serious with salvation. Yeah, we shall meet, Velma. We shall meet. By the way, and very soon. Let it not be within March. Let us meet in March. I think because we cannot keep saying meeting. We started meeting in December, January. So before the end of March, by the way, you can choose a date. Yeah, thank you so much, Elizabeth, for honoring Pastor Ann. Yes. You know, when you honor a pastor, God is going to, you are going to get the blessings, my dear. Not all the pastors are bad, by the way. I normally keep saying that. Because also I'm a pastor. And I know that servant of God is authentic. Yes. So not all of them, because there is no way God can have everyone that is bad. Like the time of Elijah, he had some who had not defiled themselves. Elijah thought that he was the only one. But God told him he had others he had kept for himself who had not defiled themselves with the worship of Baal. So same case as today. There are very many pastors in Africa who are genuine. Some even in the villages, very, very genuine. Some in the US, some in wherever, and they are very genuine. So we can never sit and say, oh, the pastors are bad. It can't happen that way. There are some who preach the gospel to date. So thank you so much, my dear. May the Lord bless you. If you come later to watch this video, kindly subscribe and like so that I can go far and far. You know, when you like, many people are going to see this video. Because by the way, I told you, why did I start the channel? Because people are consulting me from all over. That Grace, if I want to go to this place, what do I need? So I thought about opening a channel. So kindly help me to grow this channel, Elizabeth and the rest. Thank you so much. Eliza, are you okay with March? Meeting in March. Or you are still waiting? Enikus, thank you so much, my dear. You're also welcome. We love you so much. Thank you so much, I shall continue watching your videos, giving you watch time. And please, anyone who is listening to me right now, and who have got a nice channel, kindly do the necessary. You know what I mean by the necessary. The necessary is whereby you click the button and you put on the notification. That is the necessary. And watch the videos and comment, engage in her life. If you cannot go to her life, you can watch the video later or the live, whichever, because that is how we help one another before we go to heaven. Because we have a life to live on earth before we go to heaven. So may the Lord bless you. And Nick Woods, I'll come and see what you have for me. I know you have got good things in your channel. I'll always be coming and seeing what you have, and I shall keep supporting as I promised. Elizabeth, I was asking about meeting, because I want us to meet in March and have yeah, Elizabeth did not understand. I said in March, mwezi wa tatu in English. March, mwezi wa tatu. You know, I'm also an English teacher. I'm also an English Kiswahili teacher because I deal with the Muzungu, I deal with the Kenyans, so I can teach. Mwezi wa tatu is March, Elizabeth. That is what I was saying, to meet and have some good time. We can even take a video together when we are in the Nairobi town. Yes, as we take fried chicken or roasted chicken. That's what I meant. Otherwise, may the Lord bless you. And Nick, my followers, everyone who is watching me, I do not take you for granted. Yes. I'm Grace, your travel expert, having worked in the travel industry forever and ever more. Yeah, thank you so much, Elisa. We shall talk, by the way. Let's go to Truth TV now and start. Today I've got a lot of work. Yes. Otherwise, I love you all. May the Lord bless you. Bye.